Hey guys, a lot of the fans are dropping it in the comments. Where is mom in all this saga between Amari, Rich, and Nadine, and Destiny right there in the middle? Mom have not been mentioned one time. Isn't mom supposed to be Amari's spiritual guide? What happened to mom? Like mom went into hiding. Amari needs to bring mom out to get some song advice because goodies are not giving her good advice. And I don't know where she's getting her advice from, really. But she says she gets her advice from goodies. And she's making some unorthodox moves. That tells me it's not song advice. It's not song advice when you tell a strange man who you just met on the internet to come and live with you so you can do a reality show. And then we see the man crawl up in your bed and you got a 19-year-old daughter in the house still. So I know that's not one of the advice that goodies give the Mari, because if they did, they're dead wrong for that. Yeah, so getting back to where is mom? The public wants to know, where in the world is mom? Mom is inside Amari. Amari have not brought mom out. I think mom would have solved all this here. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think Amari is faking when she says she got this spiritual guide inside of her? You think it's all fake? Or do you think it's a real spiritual guide? Because I'm looking at everything that's going on in Amari's life. And it looks like if her life is really falling apart. And if you got a spiritual guide in you, why are you not tapping into this spiritual guide to guide you through and meander your way out of this mess? So throughout this whole fiasco of this house play, this new reality house play that Amari wanted to start that blew up in her face, she has not called mom one time. She used to call mom all the time when it came to the kids and solving problems dealing with the kids. But her own problem, I notice, she don't call mom. So what is it? Is it convenient for her to call mom to deal with her kids? Is that what it is? Whenever there's a problem and she can't deal with the kids, she calls mom. And mom is supposed to calm the kids down because the kids listen to mom. Is that what it is? It's like an alternate person for them to listen to if they don't listen to her. A fictitious person, if you will. An alter ego, if you will. Why haven't she called this mom to solve her immediate problems with money woes and her channels being shut down? And this young man coming into her life, turning her life upside down. And what about her dealing with Destiny and all the trials and the tribulations that Destiny have to go through? The fact that she went to the hospital for mental issues the other night. And at one time we heard Amari mention mom. Have mom forsaken Amari? Have Amari given up on mom? Sometimes, folks, you got to drop on your knees in your time of sorrow, despair, tribulation. Drop on your knees and let the true and the living God guide you out of what you're going through. And got on her knees and pray to God for deliverance out of what she's going through. So the fans out there are just wondering what happened to mom. So I want you guys to drop it in the comment section and put in your 2 cents as to where is mom. Everybody's looking for mom to solve Amari's dilemma. So only Amari can answer that question, folks. I cannot even imagine what happened to mom. So you guys just got to wait until Amari speaks to mom again. And mom is going to give you guys all the answers. So please don't ask me what happened to mom. You got to ask Amari that question because only Amari knows. But this much I have to say. Be very careful, folks, when you're dabbling in things that you don't know of. If you're a dabbler in voodoo and witchcraft and the dark arts, do a lot of research and reading, because if you dabble in those things and you don't know what you're doing, you might fall prey to the very thing that you're dabbling in. But her daughter says she worships two gods. And I'm scratching my head because I want to know where is mom throughout this whole process. Amari hasn't said anything about mom, not once. Maybe mom left her body. Maybe mom is no longer there. That alter ego is no longer there. Who knows? But you really have to look at why things happen to certain people. Because when you wish bad things upon people, it comes back to you. Over the years, we hear Amari wishing all kinds of things on different people. And things have a way of coming back, all right? And when they come back, oftentimes, they visit your children. They visit family members. They not only visit you. So, folks, be very careful with your dealings in the spiritual realm. When you send demons and spirits and conjure up all kinds of demons and spirits and images and dabbling in voodoo. If you don't understand voodoo, you leave it alone. It's an old, ancient art that comes out of West Africa. And if you do not have the correct knowledge and you dabble in it, it can hurt you. Because the ancestors coming out of West Africa, Benin, do not look kindly upon those who make fun of their spiritual world. And then she talks about all kinds of different entities. And then she set up altars in her home with candles and pictures and to send to other people to do them harm. Those same demons and spirits that you conjure up to send out there in the universe to do harm to people may come back to you twofold. Examine what has happened to Amari. We've seen these things in her videos. And then she does this spiritual reading. And then she speaks in tongues. And a lot of people don't understand that speaking in tongue, it's an ancient language. And some of it is not good, and some of it is good. And when you start to speak in tongues, you might be conjuring up something from the other side that you might not want to conjure up. So what's going on with Amari is very deep, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe throughout the years, all the things that she's done to people in the spiritual world, not in the natural world, in the spiritual world, when she goes to her altar and pray for bad things to happen to people. Allegedly, those things are coming back to her twofold. That's what's going on right now. What she's fighting is a spiritual battle. And it's a battle that I don't know if she's going to win or if she's going to lose that battle. But I do know she is in a battle of her life. That I do know. I remember the passing of Colin, and Amari got out there and she said she wished Golly Bob death. And he was carrying a shit bag. And all the evil thoughts that she had for Golly Bob. And I looked at that and I said, that's not good. Because the things that you wish upon other people are going to fall your way. Or it will visit your family. This is why YouTubers and family out there, do not wish evil upon people. The universe have a way of double backing on you. When you put it out there, evil upon someone on one hand, the next hand, you receive it right back. And when it comes back to you, it don't come back the same way. Okay? When it comes back to you, it's double and triple and quadruple. So my YouTube family, don't try to do harm upon others. Try to do good in the world, because there's something called karma. It does come back. Call it what you want. Call it karma. Call it God sending out a message to you and showing you that evil does not prevail, only good. Call it what you may, but it comes back. And when it does visit you, you're going to wish that a shitbag is the least of your worries. Okay? Because we look at Amari and all the things that she's going through, and all the things that she said and wished upon other people. And I do believe some of those wishes are coming back to her twofold, because if you examine all the children who were around her are affected. The ones who are not around her are affected. So it came back to her and it touched her family. It came back in a way that, this is what I'm saying, when that karma comes around and comes back to you, it doesn't come back the same way, because you throw it out there to hurt someone, and then it double back and it comes back to you, and then it engulfs you and everything around you, because when it comes back quadruple. So YouTubers, on that note, don't try to harm people. Try to do good in the world, and you will find you have a better life and a longer life. The first thing the ancestors do when you displease them, the most thing that is done is madness. It visits you, it visits your children. When you don't please the ancestors, that's the first thing that is done upon your family. You or your loved one or loved ones will go into madness. Don't get me wrong, people. I don't not practice the dark arts. I don't follow it in any type of way. But I know what the ancestors put out there in the universe. You know, most black folk have, well, they say we all have the ancestors in us. That's the what most people say. The ancestors dwell in you. And sometimes you know about things that you shouldn't know about. You just know them. You know, some things are not taught. You just know. So YouTubers, my YouTube family, look at Amari's life and everything that she is going through. Why she cannot stay still. It's like ants in her pants, and she's got to keep moving. There's something in her that makes her move. She doesn't even understand why. She has displeased the ancestors. That's what has happened. So we see madness in the family. We see the instability of not being able to sit still. She's always got to be moving. Something has happened on a spiritual level that even Amari cannot explain. I think must have been like 3 weeks ago, I did 2 stories out of Africa. And the 2 stories that I did 3 actually on the video, but 2 in particular struck me, and I knew what it was. One of them, this pastor was sitting on people's faces in the church and farting in their faces. And the people thought it was all part of the ceremony of the church, because the pastor convinced them that they're going to have spiritual healing when he does this. And then there was another case where this pastor, again, it's all spiritual people, these false prophets, I'm telling you people. So this preacher woman, all in Nigeria, she told these men, well, she put it in her service, in her sermon, that her vagina is blessed and as many men as possible have to have sex with her because her vagina is blessed. And if they want to have children, they have to have sex with her. And as many as possible. Well, Immediately I knew what those two cases were. That's a pact with the devil. And like I said before, the ancestors are in us to recognize certain things when we see them. Now, if you don't understand the spiritual realm, you don't dab into it. I don't understand it, so I never dabbed into it. Okay? I don't want to know that other side because it's opening up like a Pandora's box. And if you don't understand it, you can fall prey to it. But I recognize certain things when I see it because, like I said, ancestors are in all of us. Okay? So, Amari, I think, opened up something that she doesn't understand and she fell prey to it because what I'm seeing is the unraveling of a woman and her entire family, not only her, because there are times that she acts as though she's a crazy woman, and that has visited her child. And then the other children some of them are affected in some type of way from all this behavior of the mother. The sins of the mother has visited the children, all because she does not understand what she opened up when she started her journey into the spiritual realm. So on that note, folks, I'm going to sign off. But before I go, I want my YouTube family out there to be very careful when you're dealing with spirituality that you don't understand. Because it's a world that you don't want to open up if you're not willing and able to deal with it. Now, those two cases that I did out in Africa where the woman is pretty much a prostitute, she has to have sex with every man, and the man is sitting on the congregation's face farting. Now, those two cases are not normal. So anybody can recognize that something is wrong there. This has got to be some type of occult or voodoo that's involved in these pastors acting that way. It's no big mystery. It's there for everybody to see that that's what it is. That's why I recognize it. Okay? But the thing is, be very, very careful in your dealings, how you deal with people, because the world is not such a big place, okay? And what you put out there will come back to you. So when she talks about demons and spirits that she can see, and when you tap into that spiritual realm, you have to be very careful. So where was Mom? Mom did not advise her. Mom didn't see this coming. Mom didn't tell her that this young man was a weed and a pot smoker all day, every day. And he had no good intentions and he was coming from a woman's house. Mom didn't see this. This spiritual inner being that's supposed to be far-seeing and all-knowing. Mom didn't see it. A lot of people don't know what they're tapping into. They think they know, but they don't really know because that's a whole new level. When you tap into that realm, you may not like what you see and you may not like the outcome. YouTubers, I'm over now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. And always try to do good, okay? It's very important in this world that we live because there's so much evil all around us. I'm over now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.